center of today's situation. Another character who's also in the spotlight is someone by the name of Holly Conrad, who Jared had began working with on Dungeons & Dragons projects in the years prior. On the surface, there wasn't too much to look into. Colleagues and friends getting on, right? Well, over the year prior, something didn't quite seem right. Jared had been uploading less, been a bit quiet on his front, and generally he said he'd been having some mental issues. Well, that's natural, and most fans aren't going to assume the worst, so people gave him some space and some time to work things out. Going from his conception in 2009 to the situation in 2019, Jared took 10 years to build a following on the platform that he loved. Yet it was undone in the space of a few days. What exactly happened? Well, on May the 8th, ProJared made a post. This post entailed a rather understandably vague explanation that he and his wife Heidi O'Farrell were going to go their separate ways and end their relationship. Initially, this received support from many people within the community, offering their sympathies. After all, people don't need to know the details, we just know that when things aren't looking so rosy, a break might be welcome. A welcome break, however, it was not, and following very shortly after came a post from Heidi explaining that it was not quite amicable. Jared had blocked her, and the last year had not been pleasant, including details that Jared had been cheating on Heidi with Holly Conrad, Jared lying to Heidi about him not even liking Holly, not letting Heidi be around his friends, and even offering Heidi a non-disclosure agreement that she refused to sign. Alright, so this is pretty bad. Jared's been a dishonest spouse, it seems. Still, we've had much worse in this community. I mean, it's not like he's sending indecent pictures to younger individuals. Yes, in the hours following, many more allegations surfaced about his extramarital conduct and behavior with various fans. This behavior typically involved the transfer of explicit photos, and although seemingly consensual on the surface, the fact that some of these individuals claimed not to be of age provoked further backlash against the gamer. This continued for a few days as the YouTuber lost over 20% of his subscriber count. People were loving it. It had been a while since drama had appeared this black and white, and the Pro-Jared is Over party was in full swing, but it suddenly came to a staggering halt. Not because any new information was released. No, people had found someone else to cancel, our good friend James Charles, because people apparently can't focus on cancelling two people at once. Now, with that said, as soon as Jared tries to make another move, it is almost inevitable that it will not be well received. However, during the James Charles fallout, many more moves were made. And given the James Charles situation turned out to be not as it seemed, you never know that we might have a similar situation on our hands here. There have been multiple additional statements from all parties involved since the drama transpired, and many have argued that they changed the perception of the situation significantly. Back and forth from Jared, Heidi and Holly, as well as people who claim to be the victims of Jared's rather manipulative tendencies. It's all a complete mess. With that in mind, I think it's fair we give the same critical, analytical treatment to the Pro-Jared situation, at least the one it deserves, and see what can be concluded, because if there's anything that dramas have told us, it's that giving it a bit more time normally helps at least. So today's video will consist of perusing through the statements, responses, and involvement of other people, while also answering some general concerns that I've seen brought up by others. That is the clear, concise game plan. So I suggest we jump right in. Are you with me? Epic. Let's go. Alright, if you've seen the situation going off in the first statement released by Heidi, you would have thought this was a fairly open and shut case. Heidi and Jared were married, and in most marriages that symbolizes a bond that shouldn't be broken by adultery, unless both parties permit it. In this situation, judging by Heidi's statement, that can be drawn from the fact that she has emphasized that Jared was doing this behind her back, therefore implying that this was without consent. However, with new responses, more context comes into play, and I'm going to outline the counter-arguments before delving into these statements a bit more closely. So Jared released his own statement, which went down like a lead balloon, but let's set aside how it was received and extract the individual claims. After the rather self-indulgent apology, he cuts into the crux of explaining that in fact their marriage had been struggling for a while, and a few years back, Heidi suggested to Jared that they should exercise maybe a polyamorous relationship, which implies that both parties could see multiple partners outside of the individual bond. He claims that Holly was one of those people he encountered, and that because of this he began to develop feelings for her. At first, Heidi was supportive, encouraging him to pursue a relationship. However, after he expressed his feelings, Heidi became very vicious and vindictive and said that he was jeopardizing their relationship. She wouldn't let him leave and threatened to ruin his career. And yet through all of this, he had tried to be respectful and tried to break this off as peacefully as possible without hurting anyone in the process. He could release evidence, but he'd prefer not to prolong the pain in this drama. He'd much rather just leave it and let people believe what they want to believe. Well, alright, it's a take we'll return to in a bit. With the lack of receipts, it is rather unsatisfying. However, it was not completely over, as Holly decided to come forward with her own thread of events. She firstly insists that this thread is not to bully or attack, and she does not want to spread hatred. She wants to spread healing. She has been suffering and couldn't speak out as she had to check herself into hospital due to self-harming thoughts. The crux of Conrad's story is mostly affirming pro-Jared's side. They had agreed to have a more open marriage, and this led Jared to develop feelings for her. Following this, Holly decided to publish receipts that Jared sent her with the consent entailed, allegedly from Heidi in early 2018. However, this is where it quickly went sour, and apparently Heidi did not take this well and continued to harass Jared with highly threatening messages. To add to this, Holly also contributes to the narrative that their friends can all testify to this as well. They apparently have seen the abuse that Heidi put Jared through at conventions in their home. There were supposedly interventions to try and separate the couple, and eventually they did, after Heidi apparently illegally acquired content that she could use for a quote revenge campaign. Holly then accuses Heidi of being the first person to make a false public statement, given the one she made on Facebook in front of friends and family. And when Jared replied fairly neutrally, she posted this screenshot, allegedly slut-shaming Holly. Heidi continued to brag about it on her Facebook feed. Holly alleges that if Heidi really wanted to escape, then she would have left. She had the opportunity, and apparently Jared had really offered to resolve this, and he was the one who was trying to get away. Holly posts more images of Heidi bragging about it, and to conclude, Holly states the whole experience has changed her relationship with the internet, and she thanks anyone who supported her. That was quite a lot to take in, and I wish I was finished, but Heidi responded. Her response allegedly exposed the abuser narrative as being a ploy that Holly had concocted when Heidi tried to prevent the couple from having further sexual interaction. These DMs show Holly apologizing profusely to Heidi. She then published an additional thread clarifying information, stating that although there had been an agreement at one point the relationship was polyamorous, it was not working out, and they agreed to end it. And Heidi remained committed to that side of the relationship. She retains her right to revoke consent because Holly and Jared broke her trust, and they had played it off as if there was just a different understanding of things. And now they're doing it again, but this time publicly. They abused the boundaries, and when Heidi decided to reinforce them, they couldn't accept it and decided to persist with their now adulterous relationship. In one final post, she observes that Holly and Jared's relative silence on the issue of the inappropriate behavior, rebutting Holly's earlier comment that there's a legal impetus not to mention it, and suggesting that their reason for not addressing it is much more related to damage control. Alright, so I think I represented all three positions to an extent. As you can see, this is mostly a Holly and Jared versus Heidi scenario, and when you put all these arguments together, you create two competing narratives. Firstly, Holly and Jared's narrative. They agreed to have a polyamorous relationship. However, when Holly and Jared expressed feelings to each other, Heidi couldn't handle it and quickly became vindictive and abusive, wreaking havoc in their lives and threatening to ruin them and scheming to destroy their careers. She never provided a justified reason for reinforcing boundaries and yet continued to have relationships outside of the marriage herself, implying that she's just an abusive hypocrite. The second narrative is Heidi's, but after agreeing to polyamory, she quickly became disillusioned when they didn't stick to agreed boundaries, and she decided to end the project. However, Jared and Holly persisted and continued to manipulate the situation, and led them to this scenario which she has decided to present the world because she doesn't want Jared's narrative that everything is fine to just take over. The separate narrative to note is the one about the inappropriate behavior with fans. It is clear that there is some refrain on this, and it's not exactly intertwined with the points of view that we are going to be discussing in this part. But don't worry, it'll have its own part. As noted, both Holly and Jared are not making too many comments on this. Now we have condensed the narratives, we have to see how they match up to the corresponding evidence and analyze the language too. The momentum is firmly in Heidi's favor, or at least strongly against Jared, and there are justified reasons for that we'll delve into. But of course, we'll need to separate presentation from truth. It is important to note that there are huge gaps in these stories that we will never know, and therefore we will be working with the information to create the
What the hell? We almost died.
I like the orb, and
No. We went on this journey of finding a new home, and we finally find a new home. You fuck it up again. You really fucked it up this time. Really bad. What the hell were you thinking?
Yeah.
no, I am not the Twilight you know. I am.
What?
Fluttershy! Yes! I am Fluttershy, motherfuckers!
No, you're not. Fluttershy's right there.
No!
Fluttershy is
just a
right
double.
there. Twilight, listen to me. You've never listened to me.
Yeah, I'm Fluttershy. Listen to it. That's just a double. I killed the original one. She is just
Oh,
a
no.
slave.
You are still Twilight. You got
No,
face.
fuck
No.
you! I am Fluttershy! You listen to me!
Well, jeez. I'm really.
Twilight, you suck.
Fuck.
You know what? I
Twilight, just shut up. You fucked up everything. Thank you, fuck you, bye.
Go fucking be homeless by yourself.
You know what? It's best for me to go back to my other dimension.
What the
What?
fuck did that come from? I'll just go home to Neptune.
Oh man, these fluffy rocks are really. I want to chomp some rocks. Spike, I need a question. I have a question, Spike. How do you eat rocks?
With a salad, a nice cherry on top, and perhaps
That's not how you eat rocks.
I don't know what to tell you.
The rocks. I need to consume something. I don't have anything to consume. I miss snorting. I like the sound when I snort. This isn't what I want the sound of. I want the snort. It's just. No! No! What the fuck? Damn! If only I had that teleportation magic. Ah! Damn! There's nothing I can do. It's useless. Oh, hey, sister.
Hello there, stalker. I just, wanted to come by and say that you really fucked up.
Hey, look,
Like,
I
you're
am-
you.
I had to be this point for a reason to reach, okay?
Yeah, listen, I know that you're Fluttershy, okay? Even if your friends
yeah.
don't believe you.
No, I am your
Yeah,
sister.
but
You don't remember because
I
you-
remember.
you-
I remember you, okay? I filed the warrant, or not the warrant. I don't know legal speech, okay? I don't have a horn, and I'm just annoyed with you
That's
right
because-
now.
That's because
Because
I
I have.
scratched you with a hammer. I scratched you with a hammer.
Shut up, Fluttershy. Okay, I have been searching high and low through Best Buy and the other places that you go shop
You know, I'm not.
For,
I don't care.
for-
I don't care.
for
okay?
legit
I don't care.
for legit Hasbro merchandise.
Oh my god, that's so bad. I can write a better fanfic. Okay?
Yeah, but my life isn't. What the fuck do you mean a better fanfic? This is my life. You're doing the fanfic thing here.
I hit you with a hammer. I think you remember things is bullshit.
What do you mean you hit me? When did you hit me with a hammer? I don't remember
When
that.
when we were 5.
Oh my god, is that where why this horn is broken? Did you break
Yes.
my horn? Oh my.
Yes.
I am going to kill you. You ruined my life.
Okay, yeah.
Welcome to the Thunderdome.
And that's all we'll see of Ponyville on the left.
You know, I sometimes want to go back to Neptune and just...
Go kill yourself, Twilight. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna get that herbal tea.
You do that. Okay.
I will do that.
Fuck you.
It was beautiful.
Well,
We're fucked. Thank you, bud.
you said it, Fluttershy.
Oh, guys! Well, what is it? She got roofied, and then I torched his arms, and he's in 3rd-degree burn. We gotta go get him.
Oh no, my voice is back. You said it, Africa. Oh no.
Hey, welcome, motherfuckers.
Oh, it's you! Little one-night stand.
Hey, don't call me a one-night stand. I have 2 legs, and you have 4. Now, ladies, would you like to continue our journey together? We could be free and scallop around the waters.
Ooh.
He's just gonna whore us off to other creatures.
No, I've learned my...
Ow.
I've learned my lesson. You don't have holes. Is that correct? Yeah, no holes. None here.
Oh, oh, I don't
We're
know. I kind of
pirates.
thought that would be funny this time.
I lost an
Yeah.
arm.
All right, we're gonna go kick that Emily Blunt ass.
Who's Emily Blunt?
What the fuck is happening? Ow. It's just
Oh my god, that one has a hole.
Wow.
Oh,
Yes! 2 lovely nostrils to fill with the essence of the blood. Yes, that's what I said.
hi.
Pinky, your blood interests me. It's filled with bubblegum. I just
Totally.
That's what friendships do, right? You share each other's bubblegum blood. Yeah.
blood pack.
Exactly. Can I have your hole?
No.
All right, let's go.
I can make it go.
What the hell?
I can go make a hole in somebody's chest.
Wait, how do we get back to Catalan?
I've got another pet buddy, Dave. Dave,
My friends, did you hear?
I'm not gonna go make the pool party. I'm gonna go jack off in the corner and pretend to be Madonna.
Anyway, this cake is great, so delicious and moist, but there's no sense crying over every
Taylor Swift! Shut up!
Fine. Hey, guess what we got?
I'm so... Hey, Tempest. Do you
Shut
know,
up.
Do you still have a stash?
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Twilight Shy.
I need to... My name's Fluttershy.
Hey, do you like my pony dolls, by the way?
It's okay. I had more in my pocket.
I tried to show them off all movie.
Oh, no.
Time to
Well,
fuck
I-
some shit.
Well, listen,
Hey, okay, listen, I'm the one talking here
I can
in
talk
this
to you,
room,
I have
okay?
a mouth.
No,
You gag
my
me.
name is Blunt Emily, because I am Emily Blunt. And I
And
don't...
what do you think you guys are doing?
Oh,
Right
shit, it's Mom.
Yes, it's me. I'm gonna leave right now. Bye. Yes, your little shit of a brother was so great, actually.
I don't know you. Who are you? Who are you? I never heard of you.
Oh, I'm just come to get rid of daughter's pony clinch. Oh, speaking of which, when are you going to conform
Hey,
to
no,
society?
it's not a pony. Listen, it's a fun show for adult people.
Oh, yeah. Good. You know, I was always wondering, what should this thing... What if I could have a... What if I could be the ultimate brony? You know? Just maybe I could absorb every essence of the fandom at once. Ooh.
Stop embarrassing me in front of my friends.
Absorbing brony power has made me ultimate. That's fine. Maybe. I wonder what I can do.
Oh! Oh! Not that! Don't put that stick
What do you
in
know? It cleaned your room up. What else does it
Mom,
do?
mom.
Shh. Mommy's
No,
talking.
not the ass!
I can control the sun and moon of air days and everything with the MOP staff. Alright, then I'll make it every day is Saturday so that nobody will have to actually do anything.
Good, Mom.
Daytime, nighttime, day, nighttime, daytime, nighttime, sun, Saturday, noon,
She's so embarrassing.
Well, howdy there, my entrepreneur peoples. I have a delivery of a cake. You guys want cake? I like cake, especially not laced with roofies. Yeah, I understand with my whole hors d'oeuvre situation. It's not a roofie, I swear. Look, hold on. The recipe includes not roofie and not roofie. Alright, so if you just let me get this cake in here, we'll have a fun time, right? Alright. I learned how to count my fingers. Next class, I'll make sure to save you a slice.
Stop having a hole in your face. It's gonna alert them. That's better. Oh, hello there. Don't mind if I do. Little roofie. Oh, just tastes like roofie. Oh, dear God. Here comes the drug truth.
Oh no! Hold the phone. That's not a roofie.
Surprise, kids!
Now you have a hole in your face.
Come on. Roofie cakes for you.
Anyways, we should talk. Real confession, I want to fuck Fluttershy. It's okay. I'll be your mom.
I want a hot son.
Or, you know what? I'm just gonna go this way. This is weird.
Alright, just a few more miles till our destination. Go on.
Yeah, guys?
Hey.
Whoa.
Jerry! Look at how fast I can run and not move my upper body. You got it, Spike. You can go take them, right?
No!
This is really fun.
Just like my cousin Kevin, third degree burns.
God, what the fuck is going on down there?
Oh, those idiots! They actually care! God.
Yes, you know, just look at them. They're killing all my men. It's great. I'm so totally done over these messy rooms. Time to clean all the rooms in Equestria.
Oh no.
Oh, I
he busted a nut. Hey guys, let's go clean it up.
Whoa! I literally thought it was gore. Like they ripped out their faces. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, what are we gonna do?
What the fuck?
Rainbow Dash, I've got a great idea. You're gonna love it, trust me.
Now I truly am the ultimate mother.
Hey, mom. Can I go to a convention?
Yes. You know, I just.
I wanna go to a convention, and also I don't really want to
What?
clean my room because like that's
What?
for losers. And I'm kind of I need some more screen time tonight also.
Oh,
can you grab me?
God. Don't you get it, you imbecile? I
Like
never
what?
cared about your room.
But I wanted. I need
Don't
this-
you get. You get it? I am not your mom. I'm your
No,
dad!
but what? No, what do you mean you're? Oh God. Shit.
Oh, my sister! I gotta save her!
No,
Stick.
get away from me.
I'll save you, sister!
Please don't touch me.
I'll touch
Please
you!
don't touch.
Ah!
No. Oh God.
We're sisters.
Look into my eyes!
Oh no!
Open up
Please
your
let go
eyes.
of me.
Open up your eyes, get it? Because you said it, bitch!
We didn't even do that song.
Yeah! Alright, see?
God, you're
just sing the
so
song.
gay.
Oh, this is touching, but it's too when a good dad doesn't.
You.
Whoa, wait, hold on. I think I hear a new porn being made.
Let's go, guys. Let's go see that porn.
Did you have to make it to the hole?
Greatest idea ever. Ow.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's an erectile dysfunction commercial if I've ever seen one.
Oh, sorry about that, Flitz.
Oh, hey guys, you made it to my incest invention. What are you guys doing here? I thought you.
Twilight, fucking stop talking.
Yeah.
I love you, but stop talking. I don't-
There's a thing still.
Guys, we're gonna have to make incest popular.
No, Twilight. No,
Yeah,
no.
What? Why?
Just no.
Tempest is my sister, okay? We gotta do it. Okay. Alright. Wings expand.
Fuck it, let's go.
What are you idiots? Get closer!
Go.
What the hell are you doing? Get back here or you're grounded!
Get closer! Why are you fucked so
Stop
far?
right there, you
closer, Jesus
stupid
Christ.
imbeciles! Hey! What are you doing?
Fuck it! Let go!